We're all just selling and we're not organizing the conversation in terms of current situation. And Jamie, you're in a really complex industry with a ton of things going on, right? And the more, it's really weird, but when you're in a complex sale, in a complex environment, you have these incredibly expensive platforms that touch just about every aspect of their business. The more we can synthesize complex issues into digestible bites, the more not only will we get the business, but the client will be appreciative of it. Chief information officers, chief security officers, customer experience directors, they're begging for somebody to summarize the conversation in a way that they can explain to their 9-year-old when they get home from work.
Yeah, no, a follow-on to that is how often can we use that? Is it, I was just starting to think about, like, we have meetings and do summaries, and then it frames a good action too. Obviously it leads to our action and their action.
Yep.
Is it something that we do a variation of that on a regular basis, or is that we just hold that off for these really important set, like pivot moments?
Okay. I think there's moments to use it and there's moments to not use it, but it's not the road you were going down. The road you were going down, should I save it as like a grand finale, like the fireworks with the big explosions? The answer to that is no. Where you want to decide whether or not you want to use it, the deal may not, and guys, be real careful with the advice that I'm going to give you, because we tend to get lazy as salespeople. What I mean, where should I use it, should I not use it? If it's, let's say it's a current client and they want to add a reporting feature and it's just super clear that they need that. Am I saying write a power email about adding the, no, I've sent you the link to add the whatever module, right? In there. If the deal merits, if there's enough of a decision there and it merits you taking, and by the way, the top amount of time you guys should be spending on one of these is 15 minutes. Your first 10 of them are gonna maybe take you 30 or 45 minutes. Once you do 10 of these, you're gonna have a body of information both in your head and in your sent emails that you can pick and choose, and you know how to piece. It's like if you go to IKEA and buy a piece of furniture, if you're anything like me, you smash it as well as your thumb, and then you tell your wife, hate this. Let's just go to whatever the expensive restoration hardware store. And your wife steps in with her nice fingernails and builds the whole damn thing because she's patient. But the next time you build that, it goes really easy because now you don't have to speak Swedish to you understand that graphic was not wrenched down on that too hard, right? So the more you do these, the better you'll get. My advice to you, Jamie, is when you think you should use it, use one. And where I think you were going with that too is, let's say I send one to you and now we have a meeting with 3 other people and there's some new information. I'm gonna polish it up and redo it. Now here's the risk. Jamie could go, hey, I got one of these from him 2 weeks ago and now he's adding 3 other bullet points. I see what he's doing here, okay? I'm totally fine with that. I see what he's doing here, because they're gonna be like, dude, organized, professional, listen to us at the meeting. Change that number from 42 million to 38 million. This guy's on it, right? So yes, should you augment it? Yes. If you've had another meeting, should you do another one? Yes. When in doubt, document the meeting. Otherwise, it's almost like it never happened. Right? You'll have great conversations with groups. You'll get on Teams meetings. You'll do Zooms. You'll go have lunch. And it's like 2 hours later, something happens in the news cycle and their flight is delayed 6 hours and they forget everything they talked to you about at lunch. This is where you have to document that with the power email. I'm gonna just one little sidebar story, and I'm not saying this to brag, but it's true. Okay, there's somebody that interviewed at a company, and this was recently, a month ago, and they interviewed with the CEO of that company. I'm not going to say the name of the company. They're based in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I used to work at that company. When they interviewed with the CEO and they were in her office, on her bookshelf was a freaking binder from way back, like 2004, that I made when I interviewed for that company. Not only did she keep it, and by the way, the reason why I'm telling you this, the whole way I've got every job back when I used to get jobs was a power email. My understanding of their current, it's the same thing as a sale. I was just selling myself. My understanding of their current situation, where they wanted to take the company, the capabilities that they needed in a VP of sales, and next steps. She kept that in her bookshelf. She was like so impressed. There's 3 other people at that same company that still save theirs. Now, I don't know if they're saving theirs just because she has it and they're trying to be cool and get in her good graces, but 3 people at that company all have the same binder that I brought to the interview with my understanding of current situation capabilities. All 3 of those people, after I interviewed at that company, got a different version of that letter after the interview, because the first one was my understanding from our phone call. The next one was my understanding after I flew out to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we met in person. But I'm just saying am I saying it's because I'm awesome? No, I'm just saying it was so compelling that all 4 total, 3 people and her, have all saved that because they've never gotten a document like that before. It made it really easy for them. There's probably some really good people interviewing for that job. Made them really easy to pick me. Because everybody else, they had to remember what went on in the interview. Well, what did we talk about at lunch? Did we go through our roadmap for 2004 with Peggy? I don't know if we did or not. Meanwhile, they get this binder from Matt left behind from the interview and a follow-up email with the differences. It just made it really easy for them to hire me.